Interview 1.
Welcome to Gaming Insights. Today, we're talking about the evolution of video games with Mr. David, a game developer with over 15 years of experience. Mr. David, thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Video games have come a long way since the days of arcade machines and simple-to-D graphics. Can you explain how video games have evolved over the years?
Absolutely. In the early days, games were quite simple in terms of graphics and gameplay. Games like Pac-Man and Space Invaders were iconic, but they were limited by the technology of the time. As technology improved, so did the complexity of games. The introduction of 3D graphics in the 1990s was a game changer, no pun intended. This allowed for more immersive environments and deeper storytelling. Today, we have open-world games, virtual reality, and even mobile games that can rival the quality of console games. The evolution of video games has been driven by advancements in technology and changes in what players expect from a gaming experience.
How have the expectations of gamers changed?
Gamers today expect much more from games than they did in the past. It's no longer just about high scores or finishing levels. Players want immersive experiences, compelling storylines, and the ability to customize their characters and environments. Online multiplayer modes have also become a standard feature in many games, allowing players to compete or cooperate with others from around the world. In addition, the rise of esports has turned gaming into a professional industry, with players competing for large prizes in global tournaments.
What do you think the future holds for the gaming industry?
I think we're going to see even more integration of virtual reality and augmented reality into games. These technologies have the potential to completely change how we interact with games. There's also a growing trend towards subscription services for games, similar to what we see with streaming platforms like Netflix. Players will have access to a large library of games for a monthly fee, which could change the way people buy and play games. I'm excited to see where the industry goes next.
Interview 2.
Welcome to Creative Spaces. Today, we're discussing the art of photography with Ms. Lisa, a professional photographer. Ms. Lisa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Photography is such a versatile art form. Can you tell us how it has evolved over the years?
Photography has certainly changed a lot, especially with the advent of digital cameras and smartphones. In the early days, photography was more of a technical process, with film and darkroom development. You had to be very careful with each shot, and it took time to see the results. But now, with digital cameras, anyone can take hundreds of photos in a matter of minutes and see the results instantly. This has made photography more accessible to everyone, which is wonderful, but it has also changed the way we think about photography as an art form. In the past, each photo was more deliberate, while now we often take multiple shots and pick the best one later.
How has the rise of smartphones affected the world of photography?
Smartphones have revolutionized photography. Almost everyone carries a high-quality camera in their pocket now, and that's changed how people capture and share moments. Social media platforms like Instagram have also played a huge role in popularizing photography. People can share their photos with the world instantly, which has created a whole new wave of amateur photographers. While this is great for accessibility, it also means that professional photographers need to work harder to differentiate themselves and show the value of professional work.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to improve their photography skills?
My biggest piece of advice is to practice and experiment. Don't be afraid to take bad photos, that's how you learn. Try shooting in different lighting conditions, play with angles, and learn to use the manual settings on your camera. Understanding light is one of the most important aspects of photography. Also, don't forget to study the work of other photographers. You can learn a lot by analyzing what makes a good photo. And most importantly, be patient. Great photography takes time and practice. Interview 3.
Welcome to Health Talk. Today, we're discussing the importance of sleep with Dr. Anna, a sleep specialist. Dr. Anna, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm always happy to talk about sleep.
Many people underestimate the importance of sleep. Can you explain why sleep is so crucial for our overall health?
Sleep plays a vital role in both our physical and mental well-being. When we sleep, our bodies are doing a lot of important work. Physically, sleep is when the body repairs itself. It's when muscles recover, tissues grow, and the immune system strengthens. Mentally, sleep helps with memory consolidation and emotional regulation. Without enough sleep, we become more prone to stress, anxiety, and depression. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation can lead to serious health issues, including heart disease, diabetes, and obesity.
What are some common reasons people don't get enough sleep?
There are many reasons people struggle with sleep. Stress and anxiety are major contributors. People often find it hard to switch off their minds at the end of the day. Technology is another big factor. The blue light emitted from smartphones, computers, and TVs can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. People also tend to stay up late browsing social media or watching TV, which can push their sleep schedule later and later. In addition, poor sleep habits, like irregular bedtimes and caffeine consumption late in the day, can negatively impact sleep quality.
What can people do to improve their sleep?
Establishing a consistent sleep routine is key. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps regulate your body's internal clock. It's also important to create a relaxing bedtime routine. Avoid screens at least an hour before bed and consider reading a book or practicing meditation instead. Reducing caffeine intake and making sure your sleep environment is dark, quiet, and cool can also make a big difference. Finally, if you're struggling with sleep on a regular basis, it's a good idea to speak to a healthcare professional.